This is an instructional video on the positive and negative slope. The slope between 2 points on the graph of a function can be found by determining the ratio of the vertical distance and the horizontal distance between the 2 points. And what they're just talking about is the change in y over the change in x, or simply called rise over run. Or you can also see it written change in y, change in x. Okay, so you're going to be able to see though. So the formula for the slope between the 2 points A and B can be found by using the x and y coordinates of the 2 points. Call the ordered pair for point A x1, y1, and the ordered pair for B x1, y2. So you're going to use this formula. Slope equals rise over run, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus 1. So here we are. We are going to label the coordinates of the 2 points on the line. So we are going to look at A, and we're going to use every unit is worth 1. So this is -1, -3, -5. This is 1, 3, 5. We go down 1, 3, 5. So this would be 2. So I'm going to make this one 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we are going to go find the point. I'm going to pull this up a little bit for you. So this is going to go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that the first point is -5 on the x-axis. Then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a positive number because we're going up on the y-axis. So -5, 4 is this one. So then we're going to get the point for this one. So we're on the x-axis first because remember coordinates are x, y. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first is 4 on the x, and then we go down 1, 2, 3, and that's a negative because we go down. So the rise over run, we're going to connect using the boxes. So we're going to go down, and I'm going to make a little dash when this one intersects so I don't go too far. So we're going to go down because we do rise or run first, up or down, and then we're going to go to the right because that's the run. And then we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And since we're going down, it's negative. And then we're going to go over to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's positive. It's going to the right. So our slope is -7 over 9. Is it increasing or decreasing? Since it's a negative number and the slant is to the left, we know that it's decreasing. Okay? Then by using the formula over here, we're going to take these 2 points, -5, 4, and then we're going to take 4, -3. So I like to do it this way because it just keeps everything clear in my head. So I label it x1, y1, x2, y2, so that I can go say x1 we know is -5, x2 we know is 4, y1 is 4, and y2 is -3. So slope, and I like to write the formula because, again, it keeps it in my head the right way. So we have y2 is -3, y1 is -4, we have x2, and then we have subtract -5. Now, when you have 2 negatives together, remember it becomes a positive. So -3 plus -4 is -7, and 4 plus 5 is 9. So they equal each other, okay? Now I'd like you to try and do the next one on your own. I'm going to pause for a minute, and then we can check your work. Now let's go to the second one. And I scaled so each box is worth 1. So we're going to have to get the first point is 1, 2, 3, -3, and it goes down -1, okay? And then the B point, we're going to go from 0, because remember this is always 0, 1, 2, 3. So the first is 3, and then we go up 3, 1, 2, 3, okay? So then we are going to do the slope, and we are going to go up and I'm going to make a point right here. So we're going to go up, 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 and then we're going to go to the right. Okay, so this one from this point is 1, 2, 3, 4, since going up positive, and then it goes over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the slope is 4 over 6, or if you divide both the numerator and denominator by 2, you get 2 over 3. So that's simplified. Now, is this increasing or decreasing? It's going to the right, and it's going up. So that's positive, so that's increasing, okay? Now, when we do the math, the first point is -3, -1. Then we do 3, 3. And again, I'm going to label them x1, y1, x2, y2. And x1 is -3, and x2 is 3. y1 is -1, and y2 is 3. The formula for slope is y2 minus y1, x2 minus y1. So we are going to take y2 is 3, subtract -1, remember this becomes a positive, and then we're going to take x2, 3, minus -3, or minus -3, and this becomes a positive. So we have 3 plus 1 is 4, and we have 3 plus 3 is 6, and if we simplify it, it becomes 2 over 3, which is the same. Okay? Remember, you can pause it to check your work. And now we go on to the next page. So again, I'm going to have each square is going to be 1 unit. Okay? So that makes it a little bit easier to really see everything. So I'm going to give you a minute to do this page on your own, and then you can restart it and check the work. Okay, so take a minute to see if you labeled your coordinates right, if you were able to draw the slope using the box method, if you had increasing negative slope, if you got a 1 over -4 slope, and if when you calculated it, you calculated it correctly. Okay, pause it if you need to, correct your work as needed, ask questions as needed. Okay, now we're going up to the next one, and make sure your slope was correct as counting boxes. It's up 2 over 5. Notice that your points are labeled correctly, excuse me. It's increasing. It's a positive slope. It's 2 over 5, 2 over 5. And when you did the math, you did it correctly. x1, y1, x2, y2, plugged in the correct values here. y2 minus y1, 2. Remember, when you subtract a negative number, it becomes positive, and you got a positive number here. Same on the bottom. That's what this means. Subtract a negative number gives you a positive. Okay, so this becomes a positive sign. Then on the last one, I want to make sure that you're aware that you have a horizontal line. There's no real slope here. This is called a zero slope. And notice that the y-coordinates are the same, and that you had the rise was 0 and the run was 3. So 0 over 3 is it increasing or decreasing? Neither. It is a horizontal line, which is a zero slope. Then check your math over here. So make sure you put in your points correctly here. You want to do the x1, y1, x2, y2. Okay? And then we make sure we plug the right values here. And the slope is 2 minus 2, which is 0. So you notice when you do this that the y-coordinates are the same, and 4 minus 1 is 0 over 3. So they match. All right? So now let's go on to the next page. We are going to, based on the work on the 5 functions we just did above, we know that the horizontal line is 0, The slope of an increasing function, it goes up, is positive. And then the slope of a decreasing function is negative. Okay, make sure you have those right. And now a zero slope looks like this, a positive slope goes like this, and a negative slope goes like that. Okay, now Scott measured the slope of 3 roofs in Grizzly.